Most lifters think bar path is something that you fix directly. They'll draw lines over their lifting, they'll use an app, they'll try to keep those lines straight, or they'll try to pull the bar closer in this specific little segment where it's out of place. Usually, they'll just make matters worse. Because bar path isn't exactly something that you do and address directly, it's something that happens when force is applied in the right direction and in the right position. If your bar path is off, the problem started earlier. In this video, I'm going to break the lift down into 3 phases, the first, the second, and the third pull, and I'm going to show you in each phase what you must do to then have the bar path take care of itself. When we talk about bar path, we start here, the moment the bar leaves the floor. And this vertical line here represents where the bar began, roughly over the mid to the ball of the foot. Now here is where a lot of beginners get it wrong from the get-go. They think the goal is to pull the bar perfectly straight from the floor. It is not. In a good first pull, the bar actually moves slightly inward from the floor. Not because you aggressively pull the bar inward or anything, but because you pushed the floor away with the legs and kept that back angle constant. This slight inward sweep you see of the bar path here tells us 4 things. 1, your balance over the midfoot. 2, your shoulders are staying on top of the bar. 3, you're applying force vertically with the legs. And 4, you have some tension in the lats to keep that bar close. Now, what should not happen is the bar should not move forward here. If the bar drifts forward here, you've already lost leverage. Your shoulders are likely too far behind the bar already. You've probably lost lat tension, and now the bar is sitting in front of your center of balance. And now you're essentially going to spend the rest of the lift beyond here trying to compensate and correct this balance issue already. Now, what if the bar travels perfectly vertical from this point? Still, if the bar's not slightly traveling inwards, you're likely not over the bar enough, and you might not be loading that posterior chain effectively. The first pull is not about speed, it's about control and direction. If this phase is wrong from the get-go, then the rest of the lift will likely be out if we're looking at bar path, and it's essentially just damage control to try to regain balance and position. Now, we transition past the knee, entering the second pull. Now, for those that may not have had the greatest first pull, this is where they may start to correct the previous issues. They may think to just extend hard as soon as the bar passes the knee, or try to pull the bar straighter. In a good second pull, the bar stays close to the legs relative to the midfoot. You reach full triple extension of the ankles, knees, and the hips. Force is directed vertically with the legs as we continue to push, and horizontal displacement ideally remains minimal. And as we reach this triple extension point, you'll likely see some forward movement of the barbell here that's completely normal and supposed to happen. But what we don't want here is excessive looping. Now, what in the second pull causes this? Usually for 1, aggressively rowing the bar into the hips to artificially create contact far too early, and 2, throwing the shoulders back too early in the second pull. This turns that vertical leg drive into more of a swinging action as opposed to pushing. The second pull should feel like vertical leg drive, not a launch backwards or a violent bashing of the bar with the hips. Vertical leg drive while keeping the bar close is what indirectly creates the bar contact. Now, beyond this point of triple extension, we enter the third pull under the bar and our last segment here. And this is what a lot of lifters can miss when they're looking at their bar path. The third pull can tell you exactly how efficient you are. If you look at the distance between the maximal height given to the bar and the point in which you fix the bar overhead on the catch, there is going to be somewhat of a drop. The larger this drop, typically the less efficient you are. If you overpull the bar excessively high and then let the bar crash onto you as you receive it, you've essentially wasted too much time at the top of extension. Efficient lifters will finish their extension, then immediately start to pull under aggressively, minimizing that gap between the peak height and the moment in which you regain and control the barbell. This gap is somewhat of a hidden efficiency marker. It isn't just forwards and backwards with bar path, but also timing plays into this. If you overpull, you somewhat exaggerate this bar path. If you cut the pull short, then the bar path exaggerates differently. A late or mistimed turnover won't create any looping, but will just elongate whatever path you've created from that second pull. The cleanest bar path in the third pull happens. An extension ends when that upwards momentum is maximized, before then immediately pulling under. Now, before we end, let's clean up some myths here. 1, keep the bar as close as possible at all times. particularly in the second pull after you've passed the knee looking for contact. If you artificially and aggressively row that bar into the hips, you can keep the bar close, but you will contact with the hips far too early before the hips have even opened. This then will create some dramatic swinging and looping of the barbell beyond this point. This proximity and keeping the bar close is a byproduct of good positioning. Shoulders on top of the bar, lat tension to keep the bar traveling up with the legs, and then while you push with the legs, you create this bar contact, not something that you row and artificially create. Myth 2, a straight bar path is perfect. A perfectly straight line often just means you didn't stay over the bar enough in the pull. That slight inwards momentum is actually the ideal. Big, uncontrolled variations forward or backwards, however, is not. And myth number 3, bar path is something that you can fix directly, track, draw, and go from there. You don't fix the line, you fix your start position, your balance, your direction of force, and timing of extension. Then the bar path line fixes itself. Now to finish, if you want a better bar path, in the first pull, stay balanced in the midfoot and begin that natural sweep with engaged lats. In the second pull, drive vertically with the legs. Don't row the bar into the hips aggressively. Keep the arms relaxed and don't throw the shoulders back too early. And in the third pull, finish your extension, then transition to pull under immediately. Don't over pull and spend too much time in that extended position. Don't chase prettier lines, build stronger positions. Bar path isn't something that you can just manipulate. It's just what shows up when you're moving efficiently. If you want to go deeper into how to assess your own lifts properly, I have a 4-week technical program that has a positional playbook of every position in the Olympic lifts for you to use free. And if you want to go deeper into some other areas of your lifting, I have 2 videos above that I suggest to check out.